I'm Les Hume, a director in TapSOS and Becca's dad. Let me give you a bit of a background of my journey to date with the platform. Becca came home from uni one day and explained how she'd had the makings of a concept, one based around her involvement with the deaf community and an issue they had when trying to connect to 999. She'd heard about an incident where a deaf lady feared for her safety and that of her baby when she noticed that a car had caught fire outside her house in the middle of the night and she was unable to call the emergency services. This immediately got my attention, as before Becca was born I worked for BT, and one of my last roles was as BT Northern Ireland's Age and Disability Officer. I would have visited vulnerable groups advising of products and services which made it easier to use the telephone. Understandably, I was somewhat taken aback to discover that in the 2 decades since I had left BT, it didn't seem that there had been much change or an embracing of current technology. I was caught with Becca's idea to build a much more inclusive method for not just deaf or hard of hearing, but for any vulnerable person who found it difficult to speak for whatever reason. I refreshed my memory in the history of 999. In London, on the evening of 10th November 1935, 5 women died in a house fire. A neighbour had tried in vain to telephone the local fire brigade, but the call got held up in a queue in Welbeck Telephone Exchange. The house which caught fire belonged to Philip Julius Franklin, a renowned ear, nose and throat surgeon. It was his wife, Ethel, and 4 of her friends who had lost their lives. This tragic incident led to a concerted piece of government lobbying by Franklin, leading to the establishment of 999 in 1937. Franklin also held a keen interest in the education of deaf and was the vice president of the American Institute for Deaf and Blind. It has been Becca's association with the deaf community and a greater awareness of specific communication difficulties which has led to the creation of the first and only government-approved platform to connect non-verbally to all 4 emergency services. At TapSOS, we are not yet finished. We're determined to see full digital transformation of our 999 system, bringing greater inclusivity for all those who are vulnerable in our society.